What's going on, YouTube? What's popping? Still tired. I woke up this morning around four something, and I was like, let me just get a couple of hours of sleep. I mean, a couple of minutes of sleep. Wound up sleeping for hours. I woke up exactly at like 6:50, or no, 6:38, and I left at 6:58, and I got to Columbus at about 8:15, 8:20. I went to do a deal with Scottish Mike, and then there's other dudes who had came to get some Japanese stuff, but he was talking about 10:30. Then when I decided around 9:40, around 9:30 ish or something like that, he was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna be able to make it until after 11:30." So I was like, you know what? I already made my mind up anyway to show the stuff to Scottish Mike, which I did. And so he wound up taking both deals. The original deal that I brought stuff for him, and he took the stuff that I think the kid is Filipino. I know he's not Chinese, Korean, or Japanese. I know he's not Thai. He is no, he's not Filipino. What the fuck? Well, anyway, he's not Vietnamese, but he's definitely Asian. But and who gives a fuck? Anyway, I know him. He's a cool guy, but he said he got held up, and he lives in Camden, which is not that far from there. But anyhow, so I wound up selling everything to Scottish Mike. So I recouped some of the money that I spent yesterday, but I turned right back around and spend it. Um, the first thing I got today in Columbus, because I went to Columbus, then I went to a guy that Fam Alex linked up with, and me and Eric, think the week before last or something like that, we went to his house. Guy named Henry, cool white dude, very hospitable, and kids are nice. Wife is cool and nice, and we brought some GI Joe stuff from him. And I noticed about a week ago, somewhere between last week or maybe the middle of the I forgot, whatever. It wasn't last week because it was Comic Con. It was who gives a fuck? Anyway, anyway, I noticed that he had BTR stuff ready to build. Now nobody likes the ready to build GI Joe stuff. I don't give a shit what nobody said. Well, maybe people do, but when you're I do have ADD and shit like that, but being that I was like, fuck it, I just went, thanks to fam Eric, I was just only collecting 82 to 94. And then thanks to him, now I'm now fucking collecting 96 through now. So through '06 basically, which is crazy. But there are a lot of dope figures, and of course Eddie helped too, because I did get a couple of female figures and stuff that I thought was dope that I got from Eddie, and then one thing led to another. So between Eddie and Fam Alex, now I'm collecting all this garbage. I'm gonna get to this in a sec. First thing I got this morning, because I did get there late, and when you get there late, it's slim pickings. You don't really contemplate on you're gonna find much, but you never know. But the only is a lot of catch 22s on a negative, but the only good catch 22 is when you go to a flea market late or later in the morning. Yeah, you do. It's true. The early bird does catch the worm, but you don't have to walk around 3 to 4 or 5 times waiting for everybody to set up. By the time I got there, everybody was already set up. So the good thing is I only had to walk around Columbus once. Normally, I walk around the whole thing 2 to 4 times, depending on how packed it is and how many people look like they got good stuff, and I gotta go back around. I did see Ralph today. He was like, "Oh, I was waiting in my car for 30 minutes." He just pointed to one area, and I was like, "Okay, so I'll meet you over there." I walked over there mad times, didn't see this fucking Neanderthal, but it doesn't matter because he said he had a lot of GI Joe shit. He either must have sold some of it this morning, or maybe he just thought he had a lot because everybody know that he's overpriced. I mean, I did get some good shit from him, and he's a cool guy, weird but cool. But he buys a lot of parts and stuff, and he's kind of crazy with his prices. And he's a cheap guy. You know what I mean? But anyhow, so the first thing I got, this lady had this Power Rangers Wild Force Deluxe in a box, and I asked, I said, "Oh, and I was like, hey, what are you asking for that?" And it looks like she got this from Red, White, and Blue down in Trenton, and they actually had it for $7.95. Only reason I know that because it has a writing on it. It has that W, and Actually, I don't know what. Well, I don't know, maybe they do things different, or maybe it's the one in Berlin. I don't know because I've never been to Berlin, but I've never seen that the one up here or the one in Trenton, unless they changed it. But that is definitely how they write. But anyhow, um, I told Scottish Mike I paid 15, but I didn't. I actually paid $3. $3. I was like, well, what are you asking on that? She said, oh, $3. And I was like, oh shit, okay. So I just took it. So for $3, you can't go wrong. This I paid 10, and the guy, well, his buddy right next to him. I thought this was cool, 3 3/4. Batman Returns, and it's a it's a pretty nice likeness to Michael Keaton. Look at that. It's definitely got his lips. I mean, this is a really. I mean, I don't know who makes this, but I grabbed it anyway. Oh, Spin Master. So this is really nice. So you got that. Then his boy had this for 10. I was like, well, what do you want? What are you asking? He said $10. So I could have said, would you take 7 or 8? But $10. I think that's why he like dealing with me too, because I'm not like a lot of other people. So this is $20. That was 3, so that's 23. This, I got this from this dude named Chris. My daughter hates that dude. My daughter, cause one time she went with me last year to sell in Columbus, and he pulled out, he did some bullshit, and she didn't like him, so she doesn't like him. And to be honest, I don't really like him that much, but sometimes you gotta know how to be diplomatic and deal with certain people a certain way. I mean, not to the point where I don't want to deal with him like I do this asshole called Wreck-It John in Meadowlands. I won't sell that motherfucker a dream. But anyway, he got 2 number 3 yearbooks in here. Then there's another book that I'm not really too sure what it is. But $2 each. Why not? This white kid, he had a couple of books too, and I asked him how much. He was like $5 each. And they were kind of busted. They were kind of beat up. So I just like looked at him and I was like, man, $5, and I just put it down. I just walked away. This, who the hell did I get this from? Interesting. I don't remember if this came with this stuff or if I got this from somebody. No, what am I doing? This did come with this. Now, this guy, he's a weirdo. I mean, there's a couple of people that I really don't like at Columbus, and he is one of them for a lot of reasons, but he's a fucking weird dude. Now, last year he sold me a the vintage Millennium Falcon in the box. Box is kind of beat up, but the Millennium Falcon was in great condition. He was very adamant on the price. Like he's the kind of guy that want to walk around and buy $100 item for fucking $2. But then when he buys an item and the item is only worth $100 on eBay, he wants to get $150 for it. That's the kind of guy he is. There's another old guy that he does video gaming. This guy, if he was fucking choking to death in front of his grandkids, I wouldn't. I mean, I'd probably just stand there and laugh. Like, that's the hatred I have for this dude. Then there's another dude. I don't know if he's Jewish or nothing, but he's a little balding, ugly motherfucking troll, and he buys video games and shit there too. Red hair, gone bald. He's another asshole that his fucking mother could be sitting there on her knees begging somebody to help her son. I'd probably stand there and say, well, you want help, miss? You should have raised him better. That's the kind of fucking help I would give him. That's how much I have hatred toward him. Now, this guy, I dislike him. I mean, I don't like him. You know what I mean? And I was shocked when I was walking back to my car, and he was like, hey, hey. And he was going, hey, hey. And he was slapping his finger and doing this, pointing to the front. Now, I did see this box. This box had this stuff in it, but I was playing it off because I really didn't want to deal with him. And Scottish Mike was waiting for me by my car to show him the Japanese stuff. But he had some fishing poles. So I'm like, what? I don't do fishing poles. And he's like, no. The box with the G.I. Joe stuff in it. And I'm like, oh, well, what do you want for it? And he's like, well, I'm trying to get 70 to 60. I said, well, that's not going to happen. And I said, listen, man, I don't want to go to the song and dance. I'll tell you what. What's your bottom on it? He said $40. I looked at the stuff. He's like, oh, there's G.I. Joe figures. I said, there's not one figure in here, G.I. Joe. Now, I was kind of blunt because I really want to treat him like shit because he's a piece of shit. And I don't like him. Now, yeah, some of y'all probably would have just said, well, you know what? You should just walk away. But, again, sometimes you got to be diplomatic and know how to deal with people to get what you want. So I just, if I dislike or have a hatred towards somebody, trust me, it's a reason behind it, and I legitimately have those reasons. Not that I don't give a not that I give a shit what any of you on YouTube think of me or think of my actions or what I say, because I really don't give a fuck. But I'm just basically explaining. So he did throw in Tila. He threw in this Migo. I think this is man, is it Scotty or the other guy? I don't know if it. I don't know, whatever. But he's worth like 10, $15. Star Trek over the last 5 to 6 years has plummeted. Like, I mean, these things ain't worth shit. These guys, I think they're like lanyards or something like that. This guy, I know he's from Skull Island. The only reason why I know that was because I was recently, what the hell? I seen it somewhere, and I seen him in a whatchamacallit. So he's like one of the bad guys from Skull Island or whatever. That's how I know who he is. This guy, he is an older figure, but he got the loosey goosey legs, so I don't want him. These, I don't know right off the top of my head where these go. I thought it was G.I. Joe, but it may or may not be. This goes to that, but obviously it's broken, so this goes to nothing now. This goes to Trapdoor. This goes to Trap Jaw from Motu. I may need this for one of them. This goes to Man at Arms. And so here you have the Brawler, the Parasite, and I forgot the other one. But they all three of them are missing stuff, but they're not broken. This is missing those little purple things, and I think something else. This is missing 2 more of these, I think. I think it's missing something that goes up here, and probably something that goes in there as well. And this bad boy here is missing one of the guns that go on the side. It's missing 3 more missiles, and I think that's about it. And this is VR Troopers. I do know what this is because I've had these things plenty of times. These are worthless. Well, this might be worth $5 to $10 just because, even though VR Troopers is not really sought after, but sometimes the vehicles can fetch something. This might be worth $5 or $10. Was this worth paying $40 for all this? And ironically, he did have the Build to Rule piece. He said it's complete. But it came in this lot anyway. So I probably will put this out for sale because I don't need it now because I got this from Henry. I believe I have all of I think this is everything that they made for the Build to Rule, if I'm lucky. I believe so. I could be wrong. But you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you have 9 pieces here. And if I'm not mistaken, something here, this should be it. I think it's right. They all have, only thing that's not complete is the hovercraft. And the only thing missing on this is one of these silver guns. Is missing one. Is missing 3 of these little black things that hold the gun in place as a tripod. Because 2 goes here and then another one goes here. So it's missing 1, 2, 3. I thought I was missing one of these, but I found it. And it's missing 2, no. So it's got 1 gun. So I think it's missing 2 guns and 3 tripods or something like that to complete this. Other than that, all the other ones are complete. I got a good deal on it. I'm not going to go and say what I paid. What deal I got, because to be honest, I'm just not going to do that. I don't think he would like that. I don't think or know if he cares about it, if he cares or not, but I'm not going to put it on Front Street. Once I start mentioning people's names and people that I'm cool with, I don't like to say what I paid for something from them. I would just say I got a great deal on it. And if it's a great deal, it's a great deal. So on the way coming home from Columbus, because technically Fam Alex and Henry are approximately about 35 minutes away from Columbus Flea Market. You know what I mean? So yeah, and I'm about an hour and 10 minutes because I'm North New Jersey. I'm in East Orange, and I'm not gonna say where they live at. They're neighbors. Let's put it that way. But I'm just gonna leave it as that. So he just sold me everything. This is complete. This is complete. This is complete. This is complete. And they all got the figures. That one is complete. Of course, this is complete. Of course, this is. That is. And this one, again, I just told you what that's missing. So, you know what I mean? It's missing very few things. Like I said, it's just missing. Let me show you what it's missing. It's missing these three little black things that pop in. Because, again, one goes here, here, and here. And then it's also missing, I think it's missing one or two guns. I don't remember how many I have. But there's a good chance I'm missing more than one. So, I mean, there's a good chance I could probably go online and try to find the pieces, or maybe I won't be able to find them because they're so crappy that people probably threw these shits away. They're not worth shit. I got them for a good deal. You know what I mean? So let's just say I paid under $150 for all of them. And this is probably the full complete collection of all of them. Let me see here, if I'm not mistaken. I know I took this out for a reason. Because the Build to Rule, they didn't do much. I believe they only did, I could be wrong. Maybe they just did it for each year or some, I don't know. But here you have the Raging Typhoon. You have the Death Ray, Forest Fox, Armadillo Assault, Locust, Rock Crusher, Cobra Raven, and Cobra Moccasin. So he basically has everything here. They're all here. Again, the Raging Typhoon is missing those like four to five pieces. And I believe that's it. Then it goes straight to Transformers Armada. And they made these for the Armada. And then they got Tonka Search and Rescue. And I guess that's it. So they got one of each set. The Search and Rescue, they did the shuttle. For the Transformers, they did, I don't know who that is, maybe Megatron. And then for this one, they did the Raging Typhoon. So I'm hoping this is everything for the Ready to Build, the BTR, because it's such a shitty line. But if it's everything they made for this, that's fucking perfect. I don't think it is, because I think they made smaller vehicles too, or maybe they just for that pamphlet. If anybody have more information on that, let me know, because I don't remember. I believe I do have this or something like this. I have to go in the basement and check. But I'll probably go, by the time this is loaded or uploading, I'll probably find out more information on it myself. I don't know how many of these BTR pieces there are, but I just decided to get them. I'm pretty sure they didn't make much, or they did. I don't know, but I got them. So, yeah. Only thing that's got to be complete is that one. Other than that, that's it. Again, this was $40. I got a Tila out of it. I got him. And in the current states, these are probably around $25, $30 each, just like this. So, it's not bad. I mean, for $40, especially from him, because he likes getting over people. And I only paid $40 for everything. I was kind of like rude and nonchalant to him, because I don't like the fucking guy. And anybody know me would tell you, well, when Mike don't like somebody, I don't like somebody. And I don't like him. But I saw an opportunity here, and I took it. So, fuck him. Anyway, y'all, thanks for watching. Peace out.